Just hold on.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm sure you're glad to be back out there. I was wondering, I know it's just a couple of days without pads on, but what are some of the improvements maybe you've seen from your group overall, just from the spring to now?
Man, the whole group, the understanding of the total, what we want from them, done a lot better job. The young guys doing a lot better. James Jordan came a long way, just from understanding the offense. Rashad understand what we want in college football, what you need to do to practice and be good in college football. AJ seeing things a lot better, and Rocket just continue to improve, man. Every day I see him do something new, so I'm excited about the guys.
Rocket, kind of a specimen anyway when he got here as a freshman, but you can tell just from the 8 weeks that he looks even a little more chiseled than he was. You get that from him?
Yeah, like his body he was always one of those guys, you know what I'm saying, nice frame. He loves to lift weights, loves to work out. The thing for him that was amazing to me is how he does it in everything he does. School, football, film. So he wanted to be great. He came in, running back was not really his specialty. He got the ball, but he really didn't understand how to play running back. But he put the work in, put the time in, and he's getting better and better at it. And he came a long way in a year.
How far more advanced is he, Coach, now than when he was at this time last year as a running back?
He came as far as I've ever seen somebody come at a position that they didn't really play. He's calling out protections now. He know when he makes a mistake. He can tell me when he made a mistake. So that's really important. If a guy can do something and tell you when he made a mistake, that when you tell they really understand what you want from him.
He's a sophomore, a true sophomore depth. Is he someone that can be like one of the leaders on the offense, you think?
Definitely. He's that type of kid. He's a natural leader. He's going to do what he's supposed to do all the time. He's one of those guys I always say, if 100 people doing something wrong, he ain't going to do it. If one person doing something right, he's going to be the one doing it. So he's one of those guys going to do right regardless of who else is doing wrong.
Along those same lines with AJ, since he kind of got here late last offseason, can you feel that he's more comfortable in the offense, everything having gone through spring and having a full season under his belt?
Definitely, because last year when he got here, he ended up getting a head injury, he had a concussion or whatever, so we could never get him going. Matter of fact, his first contact was against Texas. He had a touchdown in that game. That's his first game really getting hit, because in the summertime, he didn't need scrimmage not one time. And he didn't play against the first team then. His first contact was against Texas, so, now we got a chance to really hone in on what he needs to work on. I think he's going to be a lot better.
Jimmy, I'm curious what it's been like for you being around Jaden Hazelwood again. Just kind of what kind of character is he and what's it been like to see him develop?
You see the smile, huh? That's my guy, man. I love being around him. I know what he want to do. I know his goals. I think that if he continue to work, he can reach some of the things he want to do. And he's just a hard worker, man. He came in, put his head down. I like what I see in him. And, we got good guys on our team. So they're going to hold you accountable, make sure you do what you're supposed to do. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're going to be a part of the family.
Jimmy, we see you joking around a lot, but you can get serious. How would you just maybe describe what your coaching style is to the guys?
Man, my big thing is to get to know the guys, get to know where they make everybody go. And once you build a relationship with them, you can talk to them about anything. And they know what you want from them. And you give expectations. And because I'm smiling, that don't mean I don't expect what I want from you. If I say I want 15 yards after the first contact, I can smile at you and say it, but I still want 15 yards after the first contact. Because if not, after practice, I'm going to be smiling and give you some extra.
So you had 3 backs with 500 plus yards last year, and then KJ. How would you, in your ideal world, how would you like to see carries and yardage stacked up by the group?
The funny thing about it is what you try to do is get the best out of every guy, and you go from there. I think this year, Rocket, because of how he's playing right now, he probably should get more carries. If I had to do it right now, he'd get more carries. It wouldn't be him get 50%, he get 50%. It wouldn't be 25, 25, 25, 25. It'd be him get a little more right now. But as the season goes on, you never know what happens. Other guys, whoever running good, whoever doing the best, that's who play. I tell my guys all the time, you don't get a starter for a season. You're a starter for the week. So you earn your job for that week. So you earn it for that week. You're the best person out there. On Monday, you got to do it again. It ain't like you just say, okay, next week you're going to start. You started last week. So it's important to continue to get better and better.
Yeah, we saw Dominion with the 2s during fastballs. Does that mean anything, or how's he doing?
The biggest thing, I give everybody the opportunity to go with different guys just to see stuff. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might want to see a certain play. But my guys, what I want to do, I have like an inventory of what I want to see you run certain plays. So if I see someone on the script I want to see you run, I put you in with another group. Now, Rocket might start it off, but with the 2s and 3s sometimes, or the second guy, I might do something I want to see you run outside zone or counter or whatever I want to see and get on film so I can coach you off of it. So that's sometimes my rotation might change up.
Dominic Johnson's coming back from the knee injury. How's his spirits? How have you talked to him any?
Yeah, man. I'll talk to him all the time about it. Every day I give him responsibilities for our room. I'm real big on giving guys responsibility and telling them what they're supposed to do for each other. It's a family. They're a group of guys that take care of each other. He's always out there having fun and coaching the guys. So yeah, he's in good spirits right now. He knows what I expect of him, and he does it.
He was the number 252 ranked prospect in the state of Texas, barely a 3-star. Missouri recruited him at linebacker. Last year, he working tight end a little bit. Why do you think everybody's sleeping on that guy? He averaged 7.9 yards a carry the first 8 weeks.
Man, you know how sometimes people they don't look the part. Sometimes people jump on the wagon. If one person say he ain't that good, and somebody else say it, and somebody else say, nah, he ain't that good. And it's just easy to say he ain't that good. It takes somebody with some oomph by themselves to say, nah, he pretty good. I mean, as a recruiter, you do the same thing. A lot of people recruit, but you have to evaluate and look for what you want first. You can't just, oh, he said he was good. Oh, he said he was good. No. Evaluate the guy and know what you're looking for, and then know what you can develop as a coach, and then do that.
You guys hit pretty well in Georgia. You have a big part in that. I mean, Poop Paul, Jaden Johnson, Cam Ball. I mean, I'm probably for DeBinion. I mean, it seems like you guys are batting 1,000 on these guys out of Georgia. What is it? Just your connections there, knowing the high school coaches and knowing who's really good? Because we've seen them get highly rated guys out of Georgia before who, haven't been as good as some of those guys.
Yeah, it's a combination. Coach Pittman had, he got good ties to Georgia also, between me, the other coaches. Like we just find guys, and like I said, we do a good job. I think we do a good job of evaluating guys, not just recruiting them, but evaluating what we want and what fits our program. Coach Pittman real big on blue collar. Like we want guys that want to work, we want guys that want to grind. So you might have a guy who's a 3 or 4 star that might not be as good as another 3 or 4 star. Your rankings are very important, but how you want to work and the kind of program you're part of is more important.
Coach, last year you got everybody back except Traylon Smith, but this year's team you've got a chance to have once again to get them back next year too. So how do you feel about having a team like your running back room? You've got a chance to have these guys, a lot of them for 3 straight seasons. How big is that?
It's a good feeling to have you guys, to know that you got time to get him to his best. I tell my guys all the time, don't be good, be great. So they striving to be great. So the longer you got them to play, the longer they can play, the better they're gonna get.
It cuts down to you're not having to reteach a lot of stuff, because a lot of these guys, like I said, 3rd year in the program, 2nd year in the program, they retain a lot of retention there.
Stuff. It makes it easier because what happens is at the beginning you're teaching what to do, and then you can teach how to do it. And once you get how to do it, you can teach small details of it. The better they get, the more they know when you come out there, the easier to teach the next level of it. You can get higher and higher levels of what you want. You can go to the smallest detail and the guys can get it, because now you ain't teaching what to do no more. It's like everybody knows what to do. So film sessions are totally different now. Instead of watching film on strips and learning what to do, it's like you're going to details. You're watching plays on like, okay, you didn't get your hand on the inside pick. You had your eyes in the wrong place. It's more detail. So now when the game starts, you're so relaxed as a coach. No matter what they throw at you, like, okay, we're going to be all right. Last year, I'm trying to figure out, like, I hope they don't do this, because I don't know if you know that well. You know what I mean? Because he's learning it. Now it's like, okay, it don't matter. We're going to be ready for it. It's going to be all right.
Coach, I noticed Dominique is listed at 247 on the roster. Is that what y'all were hoping from him this year? And do you kind of see that maybe indicative of maybe his role for this coming season?
No, every guy has a goal, a weight goal in mind. What'll happen with him, as soon as he can start running around, he'll go down to 240. I'll say 235, but I'm gonna give you 5-6 pounds in range. If you get down to 230, I say don't get no lower. Get down to 235 to be perfect. 240, okay, don't get no higher. So 7 pounds to me, about 235, 240 is about the max for him. And I think he'll feel good at that weight. I can get a max out of him.
And back to Hazelwood, what was it like getting to recruit him out of the portal and having coached him in high school and everything?
It's a beautiful thing, man. Like it worked out well. Like he's just one of those guys that just fit the situation that happened there. He worked at the perfect time. With us losing the guy we lost, losing Traylon, it worked out good, and I'm just happy he's here. And I look forward to him just getting better and better than us, being a part of the team.
Jimmy said he gave responsibilities to Dominic. I guess maybe it's kind of an assistant to the assistant. What sort of stuff do you have him doing?
Simple things like, okay, in the morning time, we got to be here. Let's say we start at 6:30. I say at 6:15, you need to make sure everybody here. You shoot me a text, say everybody's in the building, coach. Before we go out with tape, everybody got to be tape. he got to check it, make sure everybody take small things to make sure in the room, he might have to do the signals for the plays. So he won't lose that. I might even let him get on the board or something, show somebody something. So small things like that to give him responsibility, make him be a part of it, and keep him fresh at the same time is really important because you don't want him to come back. Because when he comes back, you want to be back. You don't want to come back and you got to teach him everything and restart. That ain't what you want. You want him to come back and be back, especially once he get there physically.
And then obviously, I know you want him back as soon as you can get him. Sam said he might miss the opener. How do you know, as good as he is, you still have a lot of good backs. So how do you feel about the depth? If he has to be out a little while longer.
I feel good about it. I mean, Dominic is special, so of course you want him out there. But like I said, every next man up, next man gonna make sure we hold it down until you get back. So everybody just move up, do your job until you get back. When we get back, he come back and do his thing and be fresh legs. I love it.
Back to recruiting, you brought in 2 backs last year. I know you can't comment on specific recruits and stuff, but you got a commit for 2023, a commit for 2024. Is it difficult to evaluate beyond that? I mean, when guys are so young, how do you approach that? I assume y'all are done for this class.
Yeah. With me, I'm just the type of guy. I evaluate the talent, but then once I get a chance to start talking to you, I'm also evaluating who the person is. So when he gets here, I know he can be successful. I can coach him to be successful. The most important thing is being able to coach a kid. People don't understand that. If you can't coach him, no matter how good he is in high school, if you can't coach him and develop him, he's not going to be good enough at his level. We play at the highest level before you get in the NFL. I really believe that. It's the highest level of football before you get in the NFL. So from high school to here, it's the biggest transition you ever make. JV to varsity is nothing. 9th grade to varsity, that's nothing. High school to SEC West football is the biggest jump you can make. So if I can't coach you and develop you, nothing else don't matter. So I try to evaluate those guys, and we're blessed to have good guys. Like I said, committed.
I asked Sam in the spring about how is it that the running backs who maybe want a few more carries and say they got stay together, like it's the transfer kind of world, but your backs are all here. How do you think that happens for you?
It's simple communication, man. Communication. And it won't stop it from happening, but it will make you feel okay when it does happen. As a coach, I'm real open with my guys. I tell them all the time, I never lie to you. You can ask me anything. If I don't want to answer, I won't answer, but I won't lie to you. So I tell the guys where they at every chance they ask me. Every time I get a chance, I tell them where they at on the depth chart. I tell them what I need from them. If I think you ain't good enough to play in the room, I'll tell you right now you're not good enough to play in the room. If you need me to help you go somewhere else, I'll help you. Whatever you need, so I'm gonna be honest with the guys. And if schoolwork, the same thing. Everything I do, I'll be honest with them. Cause I love what I do. But more importantly, I want to be able to sleep at night. So I'm always honest with the guys. So they never say like, Coach, I thought you, no. We're gonna go over everything you do. In the off season, I have a sheet and tells you what your goals are, expectations is, your priorities. I want you to put everything, your priorities in order. And if this don't happen, how we need to fix it? Can we fix it? And we go from there. So I'm always open with them. So it's a lot easier. That don't mean nobody won't go anywhere. Because I might have to tell them at a point, right now, you're the 5th guy. And you have 4 guys in front of you that's in the same class or a lower class. So this might not be the best place right now. What we need to do about it? Do you think you can beat them? Right now, I don't think you can. How much time we need to work on it? So you got to talk to the kids. Just be open with them. And then it's a lot easier when that time comes for them to come in the office and say, Coach, I think I need to go somewhere else. It ain't a surprise because you've been talking to them. So that's all you can do.
Thanks, Jimmy.